It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling.
Hey guys, for today's video, we're doing something I haven't done before. You know those videos that were popular a while ago where people would say like professional artist colors coloring pages? I don't really consider myself a professional artist. I am more of just a person that likes to do art. But I do have my own coloring pages. I recently released my own set of 10 coloring pages. They're available on my TeeSpring. You can download them, you can print them out and color them with physical materials, or you could color them on a tablet. I thought this would be really fun to try coloring my own coloring pages. Not all of them, because I don't think I could color all 10 professionally in one episode, but some of them. Let's get started coloring in some of my coloring pages. I'm probably gonna need to print out some more paper because I've wrinkled these in the process of doing this intro. No biggie. Okay, so here are all 10 of my coloring pages. Which one will I color? Not the edgy hedgy, although I did start that one. I chose to color Paul the Purple Panda's coloring page. If you don't know who Paul is, he's a purple panda. He's also one of my squishies, and I love him. I love him, and he loves cake. Aww. To start off this coloring page, I took out my coloring utensils. And then I had a minor crisis. I realized that I would have nowhere to put these coloring pages, and I definitely don't want to work so long on them and not store them anywhere. The final results will be stored in my Draw Your Journal for safekeeping. Get these stickers out of here. I decided Draw Your Mess would be the perfect prompt for Paul the Purple Panda and his very messy eating habits. If you don't know what Draw Your Journal is, it is my prompt journal that I wrote, and it is available on Amazon. It's basically a prompt journal that is meant to be a sort of diary where each of the prompts are about you. If you haven't been paying attention, these are my coloring pages. I did come up with these concepts, and as a result, I feel like each of these pages can go in my journal. I felt like Draw Your Mess was really the perfect place for Paul the Purple Panda's messy eating habits, because I am Paul. No. Well, kind of. What I mean is, I am actually a very messy eater. I know, it's shocking. My fiance Will once described me as the most uncoordinated, messy eater he has ever seen in his whole life. He's so romantic and a bit dramatic, but sorta true. I have just never been someone that is naturally very coordinated and athletic. Some people can just like do anything. I don't even know what they're doing. They're running and throwing balls and just like catching things, and I'm just like, wow, that's not me. When I'm eating, I accidentally knock things over, I drop things, I just like am not trying to be messy, but somehow it always ends up just looking like a wreck. Even just in general, not even as far as food goes, just in general, I am just kind of a messy person. I try to clean things up, I really do, but it's just never on the top of my list. I hesitate to even talk about this because I know that there are a lot of people out there that are very clean, like very clean. And I feel their judgment and the shame that comes along with being someone who is not naturally overly, excessively organized. It's not in my wheelhouse. But I feel like the messy people of the world need some representation too. I know that a bunch of you watching this video do not prioritize cleaning up. And I feel like we get a bad rap. Is it a character flaw? Maybe. And I'm not talking about like actual cleanliness. I take showers, guys. I'm talking about like organizational skills of putting objects in their correct location. I clean up on a somewhat regular basis, and for the rest of the time, I just exist. And if there's clutter, I say, oh well. I really think that my mentality on messiness and clutter is very influenced by the fact that I grew up with 3 other siblings and I am the middle child. Well, there were 4 of us total, but I'm one of the middle people. I feel like people that have a lot of siblings, you can kind of just like put them anywhere and they'll be fine. I'm just like, yeah, I'll be okay. I'll just be in this corner, guys. I'm pretty much okay with almost anything, shockingly. You can really just put me anywhere. I'll be fine. One time someone said to my sister, oh, you're easygoing because you got like 3 other siblings. Anyone that has more than 3 siblings, you can just do anything with them. First of all, rude. But since that person said that to my sister, Alina, I have really been contemplating it. And you know what? It's kind of true. We're really just very willing to just be like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing today, guys. Now that I've talked way too much about why this fits on my Draw Your Mess page, I am now going to bring your attention to Paul, the purple panda. He is very messily eating a cupcake that I can only describe as having probably a blue raspberry flavor. I feel like that is the flavor that works best with that color, so we're gonna go with that.
Blue raspberry.
After I was done coloring in all of the background cupcakes and stuff, I moved on to Paul. Paul is mostly purple, obviously. Something I was
really focusing on
for this video in particular was using a very good range of dark to light colors. I feel like in a lot of my videos, I don't use as much dark colors for shading, and I really wanted to try to do that a little bit more to make things look a little more interesting. I feel like I may have accomplished that, so I just wanted to point it out. You'll notice I colored the floor a lot of random colors and then kind of blended it all together. I also have a range of sprinkles and candies on the floor scattered about. I decided to make those rainbow because, who are we kidding? This is a very
colorful page.
To finish up this piece, I decided to take out my Jelly Roll pen and add some white highlights to the important spots on the piece. I am very big on highlights. I love them. I often have to hold myself back. Hold me back from adding extra highlights. It's a problem. I cut out a small square for the Draw Your Mess, glued it into the book, and then sealed in my pages with some Mod Podge. And here we have the final result for Paul the Purple Panda and his coloring page. I am obsessed with the way this came out. Because this trend involves the word professional artist, I felt a lot of pressure to color this as well as I could possibly color it. Paul, that's not a real cupcake. My hours upon hours of coloring efforts actually do feel worth it. I actually really like this. Let's move on to the next coloring page. For this page, I'll be coloring Graham's coloring page. And I've decided to put it on the page that says, draw your rose. Draw something that makes you happy. I have 2 reasons why I needed to put this on the Draw Your Rose page. The first reason is that I just love coloring pages. It has always been one of my dreams to have my own coloring book or own coloring pages. And now that I have 10 pages, I'm feeling like really inspired, and I love it. I love the concept of having my own coloring pages, and I just really needed to put it on the page that says draw something that makes you happy because this makes me happy. The reason I specifically chose the page with Graham and the fire pit s'more thing is because summer is approaching, and well, one of the things that makes me so excited for summer is the idea of roasting marshmallows with our fire pit. I've definitely talked about my love for fire pits and s'mores and marshmallows specifically on my channel before, but when I made this coloring page, I was really thinking about, man, it would make me so happy to just sit in my backyard, roast some marshmallows, eat them. Nothing better than sitting in the backyard with your siblings or your friends and eating some s'mores, okay? So that is what makes me happy, and that is why I have chosen to put it on the page that says, draw what makes you happy. After I was done coloring the galaxy sky and the leaves, it was time to move on to our big puff of smoke that is coming out of the fire. It's important that the smoke looks very smoky. I'm running low on white, very small, but I did use the white to blend this out, and I think I did achieve a smoky look. After that, I moved on to the grass that Graham is sitting in. Well, he's technically sitting at a campfire that is filled with donut seats. He has a thing for donut seats, don't ask. It was important to me that the lighting in this piece was correct, because we have a campfire in the center, and it would be giving off a glowing look. So that is why I tried to make the grass lighter more towards the campfire and darker when you get further away from it. And now it's time for the bags of marshmallows. They're really everywhere. Man, do I love marshmallows. Marshmallow sauce on ice cream. I'm getting off topic. For the packaging, I went with a rainbow tie-dye. I feel like I regret it a bit and wish I did a galaxy. Oh well, we're moving on to the donuts. For the bottom left donut, I decided to make it a strawberry frosted donut. If you know me, you know strawberry frosted donuts are my favorite kind of donut. I don't know why, I just think it tastes the best. I also think they look the prettiest because they are pink. The back left donut is supposed to be a lemon poppy donut. More on that later, but I moved on to the fire. That was too much, I recognize that. I colored in the fire, and then I moved on to the donut. The donut that Graham is sitting on. I realize there are several donuts in this piece. I would like to point out that Graham is sitting on a chocolate frosted donut. I don't like chocolate frosting, but Graham does, so let's just let him have this. As you can probably guess by Graham's name, he is, of course, made out of a graham cracker. I believe it was his great-great-grandfather that was actually a golden Teddy Graham, which is why he now tastes like a graham cracker. Make sense? No. On the floor, we do have some graham cracker boxes, and we have Graham holding a s'more, and he's covered in marshmallows. This is just the way he is. He's very messy. I made his eyes look like they were glowing from the fire pit. I thought that was fun. And now it's time for some small remaining details, like the boxes for the graham crackers. I decided to color those blue because I feel like graham cracker boxes are just blue. Feels right. I also decided to color the chocolate in with some silver and purple. I don't know why, but purple was just speaking to me for the chocolate. This donut will be a lemon poppy donut, but I somehow lost the footage of me coloring the icing for it. So that's that. And now it's time to put the final product into the book. I didn't cut out a square for the Draw Your Rose, and I kind of regret it. The last step is to seal in all of the colors with my Mod Podge. And here is what Graham's coloring page turned out looking like when it was all finished. Something I love about this page is that I was able to make it look like it was nighttime while still having very bright colors. That was actually something I was a little worried about because I was using so many bright colors, I thought maybe it would look like it was daytime, but I think the galaxy sky in the background really helped it make it look like it was actually a nighttime campfire. So that's good. And here we have both of the pages that I colored for this first episode of coloring my own coloring pages. If you'd like to color along with me, the pages are available for purchase on my TeeSpring. If you'd like to see more videos like this, I have my Draw Your Journal series linked in one of these two boxes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!
Hey, playing songs on the radio.